Hey guys, MichaelBtheGameGenie here, and on today's video, we got some fun AtGames news to share with you. Yesterday, out of nowhere, AtGames announced they've got a new Pinball Pack coming out, focused on the Natural History Museum magazine. It's a weird IP, but it's new pinball, and it actually looks really good. And I'm going to tell you more about it right after this. So that's right, guys. Today we're talking about AtGames' brand new Pinball Pack that's going to be coming out very, very soon. In fact, for the beginning of National Owners Day, autumn. Very exciting. It's going to be the Natural History Magazine Museum Pinball Pack. It's education, it's fun, it's edutainment. But before we talk about that, I want to say thank you so much for everybody for checking out the video. Guys, I always appreciate your support. It really means a lot to me that you constantly watch me, the chucklehead that I am. And if this is your first time to the channel, you like what you see, you're enjoying yourself, please go ahead, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, tell a friend about me, all that YouTube stuff. So yesterday, a bunch of us YouTube people, influencers, they like to call us, were on a call with AtGames where they were giving us their monthly update. Usually it's just pretty standard stuff. They'll give us an update on how their customer service team is doing. They'll give us an update on Legends Platinum owner, deals that are available. And for a long time, we've been waiting for information on National Owners Day Autumn. And yeah, we got it. In fact, we got more than what we bargained for. So we learned all about National Owners Day Autumn, but before we got there, we found out about something very exciting. There's a brand new Pinball Pack coming out from AtGames, and this completely blew everybody away. Like the Dr. Seuss thing, that's in the future. That's coming out around, the holidays, Christmas they're aiming for, but we had kind of heard about Dr. Seuss, that it was a possibility way back when. This Natural History Magazine Museum Natural History Pinball Pack completely came out of left field. And it was so weird. Like when they announced it, I was like, what? Of all the IPs, you're going to go with like learning, like natural history. It reminded me of like, I'm a big NES guy, so it reminded me of like Wisdom Tree and the Bible Adventure games. I was like, oh, that's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. And then they showed these screens and I was like, all right, we'll give it a chance. So needless to say, I was a little apprehensive. Actually, I remember I'm on the call and P-Dubs actually writes me on Messenger at the time and he's like, Natural History Pinball Packs. And like we were just both blown away from it. But they said, you guys, you got to see the tables. The tables are going to make all the difference in the world. So we got a little further into the presentation and we found out what the price point is going to be, the regular price point, and a better look at each of the tables. As you can see here on the slide, there's the card that is going to be up for you guys to purchase on their e-store. Regular price is $25. However, we did find out during National Owners Day, these are going to be on sale 40% off, so they're only going to be $15 for 4 new tables. So we've got the Dinosaur Dynasty, this table's really cool. We'll get into that in a little bit. Natural History, The Last Ice Age, Amazonia, and then Exoplanets. And this thing is not scrolled all the way over, but there's Exoplanets. So we've got the Dinosaur Age, Last Ice Age, Amazonia, and then basically Solar System. Solar System, a lot of people were kind of watching the video me and Dubs did last night. And by the way, if you want more information on National Owners Day, me and P-Dubs did a great live stream last night. Very comprehensive. Go find out from that. I'm just here talking about the pinball tables. But anyways, people were a little apprehensive about Exoplanets because it looks like it has midfield flippers. We'll get into that when we show it, but these are the new pinball tables. And as you can see, right now, they obviously look a lot better than most of the Taito tables. The Taito tables were all electromagnetic. They were kind of basic, old school pinball tables. These are a little bit more modern, a little more video gamey, a little bit more Zen-esque, which we'll see when we look at each of the pinball tables individually. Obviously, Natural History isn't the sexiest IP, but my interest is piqued. So guys, here's the first table. This is the Dinosaur Dynasty from Natural History. As you can see, this is more reminiscent of what we've seen from the Zaccaria Deluxe tables, you know, like Spooky, House of Diamonds, all that shit. It's very similar to that style, Zen-esque, like I mentioned earlier. You can take a look for some of the animated features on screen. The dinosaur, Tyrannosaurus Rex there is animated. The volcano up top. You can see the actual mist moving across the screen. Such a cool feature. A lot of flashing lights. A lot of cool stuff happening. This looks like it's going to be a really fun table. Devil's in the details. You got to play it yourself. And hopefully sometime this week or next, AtGames will provide some of us, YouTube guys, knuckleheads, influencers, whatever you want to call us, with some early access so we can do a little bit more comprehensive coverage for you guys other than just a quick video. But so far, this is the Dinosaur Dynasty. This one looks like a fun table. Weird IP for sure, but it looks like it's really going to be a fun table. Apparently, this volcano up here actually erupts. Something happens with it. So I'm excited to play this table and get a feel for the rule set, how it plays, and I think this is good. So guys, next up we have the last Ice Age, very reminiscent of the last table, but it is very different. You'll see it has different ramps, a lot more ramps than what we were used to with most of the Taito tables. Again, this is more reminiscent of the Deluxe Zaccaria tables that we all really, really liked. There's lots of cool features. Again, like in the Dinosaur Dynasty table, you can see kind of like a fog or a smoke moving across the table. There's animated characters, beautiful back glasses, lots of lights, lots of flippers. Look at those bumpers up there, characters. This looks like it's a fun table too. P-Dubs talked about it last night. He's not in love with the music. I mean, that's the thing with the Zaccaria Deluxe. It's up to you whether or not you're going to dig the music that comes with the tables. But hey, look, there's the woolly mammoth. Just grabbed the ball and dropped it in the hole. So we've got basically interactive 3D toys or 3D characters that interact with the plays. So that's a neat deluxe feature that we've got there for Last Ice Age. Another good table. So guys, next up is Amazonia, and one thing I love about this table is if you can look down the water, you can actually see animated fish jumping in and out of the Amazonian River. I think that's a cool feature. The only thing that we really would have took this to the next level, and I don't know how possible it would have been, is for the water to be moving itself. The other thing I mentioned when I was watching this last night, I love the lights and features like that, but it would be very cool and maybe above like their pay grade, but if there could be some, look, there's the bird flying across. If they could do some weather elements in the Amazon, like do like, you know, a major rainstorm in the middle of the table, go from night to day, stuff like that, I think is very cool. You can see here one of the aspects that I find confusing, but I also really like about the Zaccaria Deluxe tables are the multiple levels. Sometimes you can't tell really well, especially when we get to the solar system. I'll show you what people were harping about yesterday, but you can see they've got an upper level up there. They've got animated characters on this as well, that alligator over there. But this looks like a fun table, very reminiscent of Indiana Jones. Again, interested to play, and this is good stuff. This is so much better than what we saw from the original Taito tables that Magic Pixel made for AtGames. This is worlds above that, so very excited. Again, weird IP, but so far it looks so good. And then last but not least was the table people were probably the most critical on the stream I did with P-Dubs last night, and that was the Exoplanets table. As you can see here, there's multiple levels. Like people said, I don't like midfield flippers because this actually has 7 flippers, 6 in a row, but each one represents a different level of the solar system. Well, not a different level, but different levels of the solar system. So it's a little bit hard to tell. Like, I love the fact they do multiple levels on the Zaccaria Deluxe pinball tables, but depth perception is sometimes a little hard to tell which level you're on. But, you know, this table looks like it'd be cool. It's got a character down there, the floating satellite. All depends on the lights, how everything works, but you've got the floating sun up there. Lots of cool things here. Interesting to see if those are bumpers in the middle, how I get down to them. So, Exoplanets, not everybody's favorite out of this, but again, it's one of those things where you look at something like a pinball table and you're like, oh, that could be fun. Then you play it and you're like, yeah, that was awesome. So we'll see how this plays out this week when we get access to these pinball tables. So guys, that's it. The Natural History Pinball Pack coming out from AtGames as of September 1st, September 2nd, the first day of National Owners Day. You can actually go online, pick this up from the e-store, all 4 deluxe tables for the one low price of $15. If you miss it on National Owners Day, you're going to be up to $25, which is the regular price, which, you know, I think it's a little higher than what Zen charges for their standard pinball packs, but it's not far off. So, I mean, pretty reasonable price, especially at that $15 level. There's no reason not to do this. And people have been craving for AtGames to make more pinball for their ecosystem for so long. I don't think anybody was saying we want the Natural History Magazine, Natural History Museum Magazine as your next big IP, but somehow, even with the weirdest IP, in my opinion, it actually ended up being really cool and gave 4 really diverse, interesting tables for us to look at. And I've got to give AtGames kudos on this because I was really hard on them with the Taito tables. It looks like not a ton of money went into development. Sure, new pinball is good and based on classic games, but at the root of its core, I mean, those games didn't do much to move the needle in terms of brand new pinball in the space, but these are definitely a move in that direction. I love the Deluxe Zachariah tables, and these look like they're going to be more of those. And that's a very good thing, even with the weirdest IP. So, guys, let me know in the comments, what do you think of these new pinball packs or pinball tables coming out from AtGames, Natural History? Are you excited? Are you as weirded out by the IP as I am, but somehow it's still cool? Are you going to be picking these up National Owners Day? Are you going to be getting them for your AtGames Legends Pinball? Or are you interested in playing them on another device? Maybe you have an AtGames Legends Core Max. You can play them 1080p, 60 frames per second on that. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you guys real soon for National Owners Day. This is Michael B. the Game Genie, and I'll talk to you next time.